Alright, so we've installed 3 packages of bees so far. Got 2 more to go. Michelle's about to embark on her first go round at installing a package of bees.
They're getting a little extra sugar syrup, so they're extra distracted.
And sorry if the phone's going everywhere. I'm trying to open up my hood so I can suck a gummy bear.
You gotta just sit in your mouth, otherwise you suck it too much.
As you can see, they all come with a little staple that you use to pull the cork out from the queen box.
Oh my god, I can't even do this correctly. There we go.
And I am gonna put this gummy bear in my mouth and get it softened up a little bit.
Okay. So
These are our carniolan bees.
Get the knife.
So she's gonna grab the knife and pop out that can of water. I think it's water anyway.
Yeah, I bet they had some.
Unless Glory Bee decided to send us canned food with our bees.
I almost stabbed myself. Okay, this part I'm not as good for.
That's alright. So she'll pull that out. It's going to have a few bees on it, so she'll just go ahead and set that down. They'll figure out how to get back into their home. And right there, she's pulling the queen off. And the queen has not been oriented with all the bees yet, so they're not really protective of her yet. I was going to grab the thing. So she'll just go ahead and brush them off. Let me get a picture of the queen there.
She's got her little yellow mark.
So this year, the queens are marked. She'll turn around.
There we go.
Hold on, there we go. Yeah, see, you see the yellow mark right there? She's got. So on the end, there is a cork that you can see right there. Whoop, right there. And she's going to use that little sticker in there to kind of get it like 2/3 of the way out.
Oh, I almost pushed the whole damn thing in.
That's all right.
There we go.
So she's got it 2/3 of the way out, and she's going to just quickly pull off the cork and stick her finger over the hole so the queen doesn't escape. And she'll just stuff that gummy bear in the hole. And what that does is gives the queen and the hive a little time to orient to one another.
Get to know each other.
While they eat that gummy bear and get their queen out.
So just set it right in here? Or how do you do that?
So, yeah, so just bend it sideways. And then pinch those things together. So that it doesn't fall.
Should be good.
Yep, should be good to go.
Alright, we ready?
Just knock it on a different hive, that way it doesn't knock the queen off. So she knocks all the bees loose, because they're kind of bearded up inside there, and proceeds to dump them in. They're not real aggressive right now because they don't have a real home yet. But after today, hopefully they'll get defensive of their new homes. That's actually a good thing. It means they're... Yeah, you probably don't want to be banging on that. Might knock that queen loose. So we've got these cinder blocks we set up in front of here that we can prop those things up on, so that the bees that are left over in there can find their way into the hive. Alright, so we got our frames over here. These boxes are actually going to go on top of the inner covers that we're going to be putting together, and we'll put the inner covers together and then put top feeders on top of the inner cover. And once we do that, we'll put those boxes on top of that and then put the lid on top of those boxes. So it'll be deep box with frames and bees and stuff in it. Top cover, top feeder, then the second deep super, and then we'll put the lid on top of that.
I think I'm getting like, is it raining? Or am I just getting pooped on by all these bees?
It could be either one. So she's just carefully placing those frames in there because we don't want to squish any bees on accident. Obviously some bees are going to get squished in this process, but not too many hopefully. So when you set them down in, don't ever force your frames into the package or into the box. Just kind of sit it there and the bees will move and it'll drop into place. Looks like we got one frame to go. The last frame is always the hardest one to get into these things because you got bees in there and frames in there and you don't want to squish the bees. You don't want to push it down, but you also don't want to let it sit too far up in case it got stuck on a wall or something.
And we'll just put the cover on now.
Oh,
this one's got a little extra room.
You might
so
want to
pop it on.
You might want to sweep them down a little bit. Here, I'll do it.
Ready?
Yeah, okay. So she'll just kind of sweep them down into the cracks so that the top cover does not squish them when she puts it on. I wouldn't worry about it too much if there's very few bees up there, but when there's a big old pile of them and this cover is not light, so
We'll just sort of put it on slowly.
yeah.
This is like the heaviest cover we have.
Though it does have a little bit of room when it gets put on. So she's going to kind of drag it across there and let the bees just migrate out of the way as it pushes. Well, these bees really don't want to move. Yeah, you got them coming across pretty good. You're about to the edge. You're gonna have a big old cluster of them falling off here in a minute. All right, good. And then just kind of shift this a little closer. And there you go. It's a done deal. In probably 20 minutes, this hive will start doing little flights and telling all of its bee friends that this is a great place to stay and they should invite all their other bee friends. So.